Good evening. Excuse me a minute. What I'm going to talk about tonight, this light's not very good, is it? Is alcohol dependence. Hey Ben, how you doing? Looking forward to this one. See you next to you, Ben. Nice to see you. Alcohol dependence, and basically when we cross the line, it seems to quietly weave its way in. If that makes sense. And some of the signs of it, or when you start to think about alcohol more, and you start to realize that you're living a bit more for alcohol. So that's one of the things, and you build up a tolerance. But you don't start off with this desire to drink all the time. Do you know what I mean? Hello, Charlie. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Evening, Stephen, and regulars. So it's not like waking up in the morning and pouring vodka on your cornflakes. It's more of a gradual decline in a want for alcohol. And you start to think about it. You start to then maybe hide a few financial transactions when you've been off license 25 times in a week. And there's no real time I can think of becoming alcohol dependent. I think it starts to creep when you have hair of the dog. But when you are dependent, it gets worse very quickly. When you cross that line, it becomes an impossible feat to get back. That's the problem. And it becomes your whole mission to get more booze, because you're in that cycle, you see, of you wake in the morning, you panic, and then you start drinking. It's just horrendous anxiety that you experience. Well, I did anyway. A lot of people have this anxiety. Hi, Stoke. Good evening, Steve. I am starting a new recovery service of my own with a friend I went through recovery with. That's good. We've got our own premises and opening there. That's fantastic. Well done, Stoke. That's good. What area are you in? You did tell me once. That's a really good idea. Hi, Richard. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Start recovery things. It's just amazing, really, because obviously your friends come through as well. Because lived experience is the only thing that can get people off, isn't it? Really. Doctors can lecture you about this and that, the other. Then doctors can, give you guidance and medication, that sort of thing. But they can't relate to the feelings you've got, to the panic attacks, to the whole kick-a-bool of just how you feel in general. Hi, Richard. Northwest covering Liverpool and Horton. Fantastic. That's really good. I wish you well. If you need any help with that or need any sort of videos, I can even pop down, give you a hand if you want. Not a problem. My daughter lives in Manchester. It's not that far from Liverpool, is it? So, even Steve, how are you doing? Nice to see you. There's quite a few people on already. I'm not putting these adverts on anymore. Took all the adverts off. So this live is not monetized anymore. So there'll be no interruptions. I didn't realize how many interruptions there were with adverts, so I'll not do any more adverts. It's more of an open conversation, isn't it? If you can just chat away and there's no bloody adverts coming in. You know what I'm saying? Makes a big difference. So, yeah, dependence it's crept into my life anyway. And you're dependent before you realize it. That's the problem with it. And then, as I said, you have this horrendous anxiety, the panic attacks, the sweating, the worries, the constant worry about life and about your bills and about your relationships and about your work. A lot of people, go to the point where, or get to the point where they're drinking a little bit during the day at work, sneaking into the toilets, whatever they don't have. But a lot of people have spirits. I mean, I didn't do it when I was in the police. I couldn't do that. But a lot of people I know who in office jobs do that, and they have a little bit of a life now. But a lot of people drink spirits. And I'm fortunate I didn't drink spirits, to be fair. But it was hard to get through the day when you're hungover and you start with a bit of work, and it's basically like a deck of cards, and it just crumbles. Everything just crumbles down when you start to get dependent. Mick, how you doing, Mick? How's you been? I stopped 26th of February 2019. 7 years today. You're doing great. That's fantastic, Mick. Well done. So I'm going through this now. Okay, my number's at the top there. I'll put my number in here. Hi, Charlie. Thanks so much for that super chat. Brilliant. That's really, so appreciated. Well done, Charlie. I hope you're well and you're doing okay. Um, Next 7 years. Well done, Charlie. Well done to Stoic for starting his own recovery thing up. Anybody needs to contact me, this is the number. I've been quite busy with a few sessions of one-to-ones and stuff. Doing really well. If you do want to support the channel, please do. The super chat buttons are the buy me a coffee link, because I've taken the monetization thing, the adverts off it basically. So I hope the conversation flows better. When you watch it, there will not be any adverts. I don't know why I put them on. To be honest, I think YouTube sort of encourages that to be on, but it doesn't make a lot of difference. So I think it makes a difference to the conversation. So if anybody's got any sort of ideas about this, when they became dependent, what happened, because there isn't any sort of short answer to this. Why do we become dependent? It's a habit, isn't it? And I think maybe when you have one or two pints, that's what you used to, and then suddenly you think, I'll have 3 or 4 instead, and then the tolerance builds up, and the pressure to drink from maybe work colleagues, friends, drink a bit more, and then you start to hit this level where you're drinking all the time. Right, at the weekends, binging and that sort of thing. And you get used to being in withdrawal. You get used to feeling rubbish. I thought, nice one for taking the ads off, so you had them interrupt you. Yeah, I didn't realise how bad it was, to be honest. It's much better than there's no adverts. Daft. But when you get to this dependent level, it's really horrendous. Not everyone gets to that level. I did a few videos today about, most people that are on here, maybe between 40 and 60, 40 and 70, whatever, most people deny they've got a problem. Most middle-aged people drink too much. And they know it, but they're in this habit. They don't want to change. They're frightened of change. They're frightened of coming out of the comfort zone. I just spoke to an ex-GP friend of mine, and he was in the local Wetherspoon recently. He doesn't go in there to drink. He just had a coffee. So he does a lot of work for Newcastle City Council, and he said he spoke to this guy who looked really sad. He knew him well. He'd always a bit of a laugh and a joke, this other fella. Well, he said, the doc said to him, "What's wrong with you?" He said, "Oh, I've stopped drinking. I'm miserable." And, the doc sort of said, "Well, life's better sober." But until you actually cross that line, get sober, you don't realize how good it is and how bad you were, how ill you felt, really. And it's a really bad line to cross that. Like I say, it seems to slip in quietly, and you don't know when or why or how it happens. But there's certainly a few little points of somebody, if people aren't at that level yet. Some people have been dependent, like I was, and they've been really ill. So SR, get in touch with me. I'm gonna put my number in here. I'll put it on again. If you need any advice on anything, I'll see if I can help you out. I should be able to, because I've had a lot of issues with alcohol over the years. Finally got sober, and I just want to try and help people if I can, because I know my experience is maybe different, or even maybe more serious than a lot of people's. But don't let yourself get to the level I was, which I was. They're talking about 50-50 chance of living. That's not a good place to be, is it? And on paper, all you've got to do is stop drinking. I know it's not that easy, but cut out the negative people in your life. That's a massive benefit when you get rid of them, because a lot of people will encourage you to drink. A lot of people won't support you. They'll be jealous. You've got to try and completely change your lifestyle. You've got to find something to do. You've got to be available, alive and kicking, as the Simple Minds song goes. Hello, Leonard. How are you doing? Nice to see you. There's a few new people on here, which is good. 33 people already, which is brilliant. Anybody else got any little ditties about alcohol dependency? I know one thing. When you're in that zone, I would say zone 4, then you've got problems. Zone 1 is social drinking, then zone 2 would be moderate. Zone 3 would be heavy, and then zone 4 is when you're heavy drinking and you've got problems. That's when your dependency starts. When you think, God, I can't face work. I can't face doing anything without a drink. I'm going to a social event next week. I'm going to have a few drinks before I go. I don't feel that good. on the Saturday morning anymore. I don't want to drive anymore. All this sort of thing. You try and get out of things. You make yourself unavailable, shall we say. Hi, Alex. Alex, hi, Stephen. Do you think smoking cigarettes is just as bad as drinking? Should quitting smoking be as important as quitting drinking? I've never smoked, but I speak to a lot of doctors, and they say that cigarettes are easier to get off than alcohol. However, different illnesses, but yeah, I think smoking's bad. But the two combined is obviously going to be a double whammy, isn't it, on your health? And you've got the liver problems with the drink, pancreatitis with the drink, high blood pressure with the drink. If you load all that with cigarettes, then it's even more worse, isn't it? But I advise anybody who is smoking and drinking not to do both at the same time. I think it's too complicated. It's too much emotional pressure to try and cut on both. Yeah. Right, Tiger. Evening. I'm struggling a bit. Okay. Drop me a line on this number. I don't know where you're at. If you're outside the UK, then now it's +44. See, a lot of us struggle. A lot of us relapse, but don't beat yourself up about that if that's what's happened. A lot of people struggle with the mental health side, which is what I did, which is the anxiety. It was horrific, the anxiety I used to get. Every day was impending doom. Every day was, God, I hope nothing goes wrong today. I hope I can, be steady. I hope I can get to work, or I hope I don't have a panic attack on the underground. What if something happens? And I used to worry about other people. A lot of alcoholics are people with dependency problems, or very much overthinkers, very caring people, and we often put others first. We give them too much, and we don't take enough ourselves, which in itself causes more issues. That's the problem, isn't it? Stoic. Alex, I made the mistake of trying to quit smoking early in recovery. I relapsed on my addiction. Use the excuse of, if I drink, I can have a ciggy. Get some sobriety under your belt first. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, get the booze off, and then think about the smoking, vice versa. Because to give up two, it's not going to happen, is it? It's just impossible. I think to give up both it'd be a struggle. It's bad enough getting off one, isn't it? Not a smoke, but the stories I've heard about smoking. But alcohol can kill you coming off too quickly, as you know. It's a very dangerous drug. It's still not taken seriously enough by the authorities or by people themselves. I didn't take it seriously. I'm not stupid. None of us are stupid on here. But how many people have actually said to themselves, right, the doctor said no, but I'll listen to them. Or my family said no, I shouldn't be drinking, and listen to them. We don't listen, do we? That's the problem. And that, with hindsight is fantastic, isn't it? But we're here now, and we've got to move forward. That's the main thing. You can't. I've said it 1,000 times. You can't turn the clock back, but you can certainly wind it up again. Kevin, you have 6 cans today before the dentist at 10:20. Saying I've drank about 16 cans and no money going to be tough. Well, Kevin, if you want help, drop me a line, because you cannot go on like that. You go to the dentist with a few drinks on board. I used to go to the doctor with a few drinks on board, man. And look what happened to me. A total fucking mess. So, Kevin, you've got to try and cut down a bit at least. Don't just stop. It's so dangerous, but try and tape. I know it's hard to tape, but some people can do it, not many, man. But at least you get to a level where you can think straight. You can't think straight if you're drinking that much. Alex, what made you never decide to try a cigarette? I had one cigarette. I was about 14, thought I don't like it. I felt a bit dizzy and gave up. So I never actually smoked a full cigarette. Samantha, how are you doing, Samantha? Nice to see you. So it would be good if those who are struggling can see what it is they're struggling with. That's a good point. They're happy to share. Those of us who maybe been there can help. That's a good point. You're not alone. Don't stay quiet. Yeah, thanks for that story. It's true that. I mean, a lot of people don't want to share. If you do, it's a safe place to come. This. No one's going to judge you here. You can basically say what you want, and you will get help, because there's a lot of people on here who have been really, really poorly with alcohol, and we should be able to, as a group, get to some sort of answer for you. So, like you say, if you're struggling, let us know. Kevin started 7:20. Just do it in cider. 7.5 is heavy gear, that, isn't it? I've done it myself. I've done the early starts and things, and I just drank and drank and drank. It's crazy. And it's not good. We know it's not good, don't we? I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that, but it isn't good. It's fucking horrendous. Sorry to swear. Makes alcohol dependency is like any other addiction. I think we chase the excitement we felt beforehand and never quite get there, so we try again and again. It's a good point, Mix. Yeah, we're sort of chasing the buzz we had when we were young, aren't we? Some guy, hey, how you doing? Clive, wasted days, wasted nights, wasted relationship, wasted life. That's what it is. It's a total waste of life, isn't it? Drinking too much, total waste. You get nothing good. Nothing good comes out of it, does it? Nothing good. And you think, well, how much is 30 years of drinking really cost in life experiences and maybe career moves and all that sort of thing. You can do other things after you're 40, 50, 60. Open your eyes a bit, because when you're sober, there's not much you can't do. When you're drinking, you can't do anything. The only thing you can't do when you're sober is drink, and I don't want to. So Marna, main recovery friend are opening our own recovery service in our hometown in April. Can't wait. That'd be good, really good. Be interesting, especially when you've got us, as it were, as a bit of a backup. Well, backup, but what I mean? We can come in here and get people to join and we'll do it together, if that makes sense. Also, another thing you lose when you are drinking is your fitness. If you've been physically fit, you'll stop walking as much. You'll stop going to the gym. If you're doing that, you won't cycle. You lose all your hobbies will go because you just haven't got the motivation. Even 1 or 2 drinks a day can cause you to be irritable, pain in the arse, put weight on, eat the wrong foods, all that sort of thing. It's not good, is it? It's a downward spiral. Then you get this anxiety and all that sort of kind, which is good. So, if you want to support the channel, please do hit the super chat button because there's no longer any adverts on here. So it makes a big difference, I think, the flow of the conversation. Or there's a buy me coffee link on the right there. The more support we get, the more we can do, really. So yeah, dependency creeps in. Beware of it because once you hit that level of being dependent, you're pretty knackered, aren't you? Hello, Brian, and I say I'm lucky that my marriage and family exerted enough influence on me to wake up to my dependency. Well, that's really good, Brian. I mean, you've been strong to do that as well. All of us that have beaten this curse, I would call it, are very strong people. And it's good that your marriage and family have pushed you pushed you on the right road, and wake up is a good expression. We've got to wake up to it because it'll take you down, won't it? Take you down. Thanks, Brian. Richard, I've made efforts to stay clear of boozing for the better part of my life. Frightened of it catching up to me. It's all a mental game here. Yeah, it was for me as well, man. Especially the anxiety thing. I thought as well, if I don't drink, I'm going to miss out on so many things. But actually, the opposite's happened. I'm involved in so many things that I'm quite busy now. But I never used to be. Because it just, I don't know what the best word is. It drains you, doesn't it? Emotionally, physically, financially, everything drains away to the point where you can't be bothered to get out of bed. You have no motivation. You don't have any purpose. You lose all your ambition. You don't really have time for anybody because you're addicted. That's a problem. Connor, yet again, pulling my socks up this year. You have to, Connor, yeah. It's a question of leaving it behind. Close the door. Close the door of alcohol dependency. Because alcohol dependency would take at least 25 years of your life. I mean, I quit when I was 57 for hopefully the last time because I now know that if I drink, I'll die. It's as simple as that. I'm aware of that now. So, Marna, I couldn't believe the useless hit I got out of alcohol after giving it up for 9 years. I didn't know what was going on until the kindling effect was explained to me. Yeah, that was the same as me. I had no idea how quickly a relapse would catch up with you. I was 8 years sober between 2006 and 2014. Within a few weeks of having a few lagers in 2014, I was back full-time drinking. That's not good, is it? That really isn't good. Adney, reminds me of a line from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. What was that? That's a film. I've never seen that, I've heard about it. I wasn't a big film person. The chief's dad was a drinker. Oh, so right, yeah. Oh, and most people have a drink. I mean, even the doctors would go and say a drink, isn't it? A lot of them. Not many people don't drink at all. My uncle was teetotal all his life. He lived till he was 97. And even in old age, he was pretty fit, to be fair. So there's got to be something there's got to be something said for being healthy, being off the booze. It makes the anxieties horrendous. I remember suffering alcohol withdrawals and being desperate for a drink. Yet the anxiety had me scared of going into the off license. Yes, I was like that as well. I used to hate seeing people. I think the way I describe it is not being yourself. It's like you're in a bit of a dream. You're walking along thinking you're going to fall over. I don't know why that happens, but you think, God, I'm going to collapse here. And you're not going to collapse. It's in the head, isn't it? If you do collapse, I'm going to pick you up. Yeah, it makes it anxiety is horrendous. That was my main issue. The anxiety is, I used to go into the off license and make sure I didn't wobble into the boxes, the boxes of wine and all that. Fucking hell. I couldn't walk straight. I couldn't walk properly. It takes away, your gait becomes confused. Well, not confused, but you don't walk right, you don't look right. And the paranoia, even though people don't give a toss about you really not looking at you, you assume everyone is looking at you, staring at you, don't you? Andy used to drink from a bottle. Eventually, the bottle was drinking for him. Well, that's a good point. Yeah. The bottle drinks for you in the end, isn't it? The man takes a drink, the drink takes the man. That's a very popular one as well, but I like that one. Eventually, the bottle was drinking from him. Certainly. So I met my wife 16 years ago yesterday. She put in her card to me that I've become her rock now. Fantastic, that. I won't lie, I had a tear in my eye. She now sees me as a rock. She's been mine for the um, first 13 years. Fantastic. That's good. A solid marriage is good. Solid relationship is very important if you can get one, which I have now, the best ever. So, support from your partner is immense. But I had to get sober on my own, and it wasn't until I was sober I met somebody who's changed my life, to be fair. That's a nice message, that story, thanks. Connor, it's only been made clear to me recently alcohol was a secondary problem. Okay, what was your initial one then? I mean, you can share it on here if you want to. I'm sure mine was just a habit. I had a reasonably good childhood, I did all right at school, had a good job. Marriage was a bit iffy. Well, very iffy, but that's a different story. I used to like a drink before I got married. So I can't really blame it on that. And then I got the habit stage, and then I got to the dependency stage pretty quickly when I was in the police in London because, I used to love the magical London pubs I used to go on, where everyone looked successful and you associated alcohol with success and richness, basically. Kind of mental health, yeah, but I think I had a bit of that as well. I had a lot of anxiety, even though I was younger. Kevin stuck in a rut. Drink is, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, you're in a rut. It's a song by I think it was The Damned. You listen to it. You're in a rut. You've got to get out of it. It goes on like that. If you're in a rut, you've got to get out of it, and you have to get out of it. It's very difficult to get out of it, but you can do it. If I can do it, Samara can do it, Stoke can do it, you can do it. 100%. Because I know at least myself and Samara were close to death with it. That's not a good thing, is it? So, we can all do it. You've got to focus. You've got to want it for yourself. You have to have a want. You have to have a real reason. Got to be a motive, strong motive to do something. Because, as I've said many times, my life was taken up with a little bit of work and lots of boozing, a bit of family life. It was a major part of my life. It's a major part of a lot of people's lives going to the pub, isn't it? Which is sports I link to booze, work to my own challenges to defeat. Yeah, you've got to work on yourself. No one's going to come and knock on your door and say, "Here's a magic pill. You've got to you can get off the booze." You have to do it for yourself, and you have to want to do something which is more healthy than boozing, something which is going to do you good. Christopher, how you doing, Chris? Doing, Steve, and all. Hope you're all well and have a good day. Yeah, really good day. It's been not bad at all. Starting to get a little bit later, and had a fantastic 3 weeks in Africa. A partner, and it was amazing over there. Different world. First time I've been long haul, and it won't be the last time. It's opened my eyes to the world, really, to be fair. There's so much out there, so many things to see and do, and the cost of living over there, well, totally different. People don't seem to be wandering around in the days like they do here, on the other side of Weatherspoons. People live a better life. The UK is horrific at the moment for just people getting on the drink and being angry society, isn't it? But don't need to focus on it. So, do you drink because you have bad mental health? Do you have bad mental health because you drink? Oh, well, it was my case. Yeah, it's a good one, that one, to Connor. I spent a long time asking myself that question until I realised it doesn't matter. Just don't drink. Yeah, it matters not. Just keep off the booze. I mean, people ask me, what should I eat? What should I do exercise wise? 99% of it's keeping off the booze. Then you can look at why you're having full fat milk. It doesn't matter at the moment. When you're drinking, you have to stop the drink, and everything else will get better, you know. Samara, I think the mental maturity gets put on hold when you're an alcoholic. Alcohol consumes your thoughts 24/7, and you are unable to grow intellectually, spiritually, or mentally. That's true. It stunts your growth, doesn't it? Really, in all areas. Joe Skid, hi Joe. Do you brew your own beer, Richard? That's to Richard Brews. I must admit, I did what my parents did. SJD, hi Stephen. How did you manage to maintain a job like working with the Met Police whilst you were dependent on drink? I know drink culture was big then, but did anyone suspect you had a problem? I'm not sure if I was dependent then. I was just a heavy drinker. When I was SJ, I was a very heavy drinker. A lot of my colleagues were heavy drinkers. Some drank more than I did. Um, so I used to drink a lot more when I was um, days off, if that makes sense. So I have steady drinks when I was working and then hit it when I was on my days off. I used to do a lot of overtime when I was a sergeant, put a lot of overtime in for time off. So you get like half days and things and full days off. Stoic, just good evening. Richard, indeed, mate, I try to use my literacy skills, hard discipline, reading and writing. Participant. Kind of drinking for me was self medicating until I found meds. It was for me, I couldn't get the meds in the end. I used to have diazepam and then stopped giving it, which is horrendous. Joe, my dad did. Yeah, my father did as well, Richard. That's why see why I got hooked in it. I used to love this home brew he made, which was in these glass bottles and big glass bottles, big like 2 pint glass bottles. Remember, you used to get lemonade in and stuff. And there used to be a bit of sediment in the bottom, so you used to decant it into a big jug, and it was so cold and beautiful. It was a fantastic drink. So, evening, Joe. Cormac, how are you doing, Cormac? I took up course fishing. Doing something else you love is a big help. Yeah, massive thing. You must have a hobby or interest that takes your mind off the booze. It fills in the spare time. Joe, hi, Joe. Evening, sub, evening, Steve. You've got to have something else to replace it. Something which is healthy as well. Kevin, these days I drink to function. Shower, cook and clean. I'm 41, but my body's knackered. It will come back, Your health will come back. Your body will fight for you, Kevin, if you're only 40, 41. Joe, is your dad Scottish, Richard? It will come back. Your health will come back. Your body will repair. If you want to support the channel, which isn't monetized now, it's got no adverts on, then please do. Hit the super chat button or the buy me coffee link. I think taking the adverts off makes a big difference, and it's easier for the conversation to flow. I didn't realize it was so disruptive, to be fair, but now they're on. They're off, and I won't be putting them back on again. So it's better to just leave it like this, and maybe get a few super chats or whatever. Keep us going. Mick Samara, same here, brother. I found I was emotionally retarded, having started drinking at an early age. Finally got sober at age 45. It felt like I was a 10-year-old. Yeah, emotionally retarded. There is scientific evidence. Obviously, the younger you start alcohol, the more chance of being dependent. James Hullsey Med, you're a great inspiration. Thanks, James. I've not managed to quit yet, but recently had long periods without drinking and now drink at times, but not like before, working on quitting completely. Well done, James. Keep pushing on it, the earlier you can get it out of your system, out of your life, the better off you're going to be. And you've got to realise that, and I mentioned many times, a lot of care homes have got people in who don't need medical care. They're in there because they're weaker, basically the mobility's knackered. And they're in care homes because they can't walk and they can't do much. Get some exercise and get some walking done. You don't need to join the gym, but I mean, I did. I've always been a gym member, but not always gone, obviously. Now I'm going again. Get some strength exercise done, get some good sleep, get some good food. And you will need less care when you're older if you look after yourself now. If that makes sense. You've got to really push yourself. James, keep it up, mate. Yeah, well done. I'm glad we've got a good crew on there. It's about 40 odd people. It will work better with monetization off and no adverts. I'm sure it will. I'm trying to get 100 people. And if we get 100 people, we could arrange a meetup somewhere, which would be good, wouldn't it? So the be all and end all really here is getting healthy, isn't it? That's why we want to recover, to be healthy again, to be fit again. I was just thinking today, I was on a little bit walk around, and I thought, it's really good to feel fit. Because I'm back in the gym again. I feel fit again, and it's a nice feeling. Not eating so much rubbish, and eating properly, and getting some sleep properly, because that's what we strive for, isn't it? Good health, vitality, and just to feel brighter, feel more positive about life. We need to feel positive. Samara and Mix, I get what you're saying. Having to navigate life's problems without a drink is very challenging. It can be, yes, yeah. But once you get used to it, it's easier, isn't it? We all have problems, don't we? But we can navigate them a little bit better when we're sober, I think. Joe, there is a pause button pressed in our emotional development when we become addicts, which means I'm 57 but still a big way. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's a difficult one, though, isn't it? I think I'm more sensible than I was, but I'm still a bit of a joker. That's just my personality. I was always a happy person, but I think alcohol stole my happiness. It certainly stole my well-being and my ability to interact properly and to feel good. Best of luck, Steve. I'm out. Okay, Connor. Speak soon. I hope you're well, and I hope you get well. Pop in. You got my number. Well, there's a link on all the descriptions of the videos if you need anything. Please come back. So we use drink drugs to block our emotions. Definitely, that's so true. Though, when we break free from addiction, we're feeling these waves of emotions for the first time. It can be uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's a good point. Yeah, for years, you drink to block out emotions, don't you? And when you've got to deal with them, it can be quite a shock. To be fair, but you do get used to them. You get used to life because you got to. If you're a dependent drinker, there's only two ways you can go. It's either 6 foot under or 6 foot above, because you've got no other choice. You can't socially drink anymore. Once you're dependent, you cannot socially drink anymore. Even if you've had 10 years off the booze, 20 years off the booze, as soon as you have one or two, you're back on. In fact, one's the most dangerous, isn't it? Joe steals our soul, Steve. It does, man. Yeah, it's a good point there. Steals your soul. You've got nothing to give, have you? You just, you're not a real person anymore. You're just barely functioning. And I still don't believe this functional alcoholic carry on. Because you can do certain things when you're an alcoholic, but the alcohol will always control you, control how you act, what you do, where you go, how you interact with people, everything. Le Comte, thank you for your inspiring videos. I had my last drink on the 1st of June last year after suffering a panic attack at the daily waste station, railway station, of all places. I am now healthier, but I have to avoid old friends. Or daily waste station, okay. Thanks for the company. Keep off it if you can. Train station. I got you. Panic attacks are horrendous. I used to get them on trains, on the underground, on flights as well. Horrendous. So, Mana, Steve, do you think that you are sober if you are taking alcohol replacement medication like benzos long term or stress long term? I think you're sober from the booze, but you're still using something to keep you steady, aren't you? I mean, I don't have anything, but I don't know what you have. But as long as you're off the booze, I would put down sober. Lots of people on meds for different things, aren't there? Alcohol replacement medication. It's an interesting question. I don't know if Stokey's got one, and the answer, or anybody else got an answer on that one. Are you sober if you're still taking alcohol replacement? Well, it's less of two evils, I suppose, isn't it? I mean, as long as it doesn't get an addiction going, or it's not harming your health. But I'm not sure on that one, to be fair. So, but as long as you get off the booze, it's a good start, isn't it? Jordan Peterson, the great intellect, thought he could take benzos. He's now completely fucked. Really, I didn't know that. I've seen him a little bit. Didn't follow him, like blindly sort of thing. But Joe Early Company, well done, mate. Don't worry about old friends. I've not seen my mates for 3 years, but I've made new real mates. if they're real friends, they'll meet up and do other things and drink. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't think that I really interact with many of the older crew. I'll get the feeling they're jealous of the fact that I've become sober, basically. I've got myself sober, not become sober. It's not easy, you've got to fight a little bit. Brian, it was ironic when I met up with some old mates. All of us were guilty of heavy drinking, but only a few of us got to admit to being dependent. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I've got no um, fear of saying I was dependent because I was in a mess. Thanks, Brian. A lot of people will deny it. And the amount of people that said at my sort of age, your age, who will say, "Oh, I haven't got a drink," but they'll struggle to do a couple of days off. If you said them, if I said to most of the people I know have 5 days off the booze, they'd be, "Wow, I can't fucking do that." You know what I mean? Um, and I just think let's all fight for our health. That's the main thing. Let's fight for health. Let's fight for not wealth, but health is your wealth at the end of the day. It's got to be the end of it now. If anybody's struggling, you've got to stop it. If you cannot stop it, you've got to push it along. Because nobody can just stop drinking because your whole life's going to change. Um, yeah, it's funny what you said there, Brian, about not many people will say dependent. People don't want to admit it, do they? Just just say, I don't drink anymore because it doesn't agree with me. Steve, I only said that because my battery country is now taking benzos. Oh, I didn't realize that. I was addicted to benzos, and when you take them away, the withdrawal is horrendous, not dissimilar to alcohol withdrawal. Oh, thanks, Summer. I didn't realize he was taking those. Benzo withdrawal is hell. Okay, Joe, thanks for that. I didn't realize that. I had a few of these diazepam, like 4 lots over numerous years when I was coming off, and then obviously I couldn't get any when I went back in 2014. Then I obviously just self-medicated and nearly killed myself with it. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for that, Simona. I might speak to Stu actually from back on it. Because the benzos can be viewed as swapping one addiction for another, right? I didn't know that. Thanks for just good, as a withdrawal from SSRIs. I don't know. I don't, but I know plenty who have gone through it. Horrendous, aren't they? Nikki Thompson, benzo addiction must be an American thing because you simply can't get any, let alone to be hooked. You cannot hear, I must admit. You can't hear. Oh, hi, Magpie. Hi, mate. If you'd like to support the channel, because it's not monetized on here, please do hit the super chat button or the buy me coffee links on the right now. I think these flows better without adverts. I think it's better for you. They say, hi, Magpie. So I have no problem with benzos giving for acute withdrawal maybe 10 days, but that is they're highly addictive. Well, that's what I used to get, and then for some reason it stopped, didn't it? 2014 was the last time I went to the doctors and tried to get some. I couldn't get them, and then it was a nightmare. And then I was just drinking. Horrendous, absolutely horrendous, absolutely horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Hello, Leslie. How are you doing? I haven't spoken to you for a while. I've been away, but I'm back now. I think that most alcoholics have mental health issues, and if medication helps them, it's better than suffering or drinking. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point, Leslie. Hope you're okay. How's it not seeing you fall? No, I hope everything's right there. Just like concentrate on your health. That's it. But yeah, I didn't realize benzos were that bad. Mental health issues is a vague term. It is, man. Yeah. I don't think I had any mental health issues until I was really horrendous with the drink. That's when it really got hold of me. I wasn't really anxious. I was a little bit anxious at school, but most teenagers aren't really. But certainly when I hit the drink, God, it just came out of nowhere, the anxiety. Stoic Bad Country may talk the talk, but he's clueless around addiction. He took drugs because he wanted to feel how drink made him feel. How did he not see that was his addiction getting him to cross addict? So yeah, I see what you mean. Getting across the thing. Yeah, I haven't watched that much of him. I don't really watch many people, to be honest with you. I've got other things to do, but I just want to focus on this really. But I think my sort of reason for doing this is to help people, and it's quite sort of black and white. I don't tell fucking daft stories about being nicked in Thailand or cycling across the world or anything. Mine's just normal stuff. Oh, thanks so much, Brian, for the coffee. Really appreciate that. Brian's brought some coffee. Massively supports the channel. It boosts the channel. The more people who subscribe and like, the more people who hit the old super chat button or the coffee link. It makes a huge difference. Thanks so much, Brian. Thanks to Charlie for the super chat in earlier. If you want to comment here, is it better without the adverts? I think it is anyway. Leslie, my husband is recovering from cancer, so being preoccupied. We're okay though. Okay, nice to see you again, Leslie, and keep fighting on. Joe said back company now has the starey eyes of a benzo head. Really? I didn't realise that, Joe. Samara, straight, yes, mate, he is the self-proclaimed alcoholic YouTube guru. Yeah, self-proclaimed like that. Nicky Thompson, Steve, do you remember having to wrap a T-shirt over your can or open it under a blanket and muffle the shotgun like sound of the can opening? Yeah, especially now you have to muffle the sound. I used to carry my cans and bottles in socks so it wouldn't clank in the rucksack. Absolutely horrific way to live, isn't it? It does sound like a shotgun in the middle of the night, doesn't it? 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to go 100 times a day at the toilet and pretend I was coughing myself to death and try and simultaneously open the can. Or the bottle of the bottle. Every pocket of every jacket, every trouser I had a bottle opener in it. I bought about 10 from Asda one day. I thought, oh, God, put these all over the place. Put them in cases, rucksacks, all over. Yeah, there's terrible random things around the bottles. Jim, I keep getting told to tape it down by my doctor. So frustrating. I know it's very difficult to do that, Jim. So I said, I agree with you, Steve, and I've been saying it for years. There are 5 stages you go through before you hit full-blown addiction. 100%. Stoic, he walks around like he thinks he's Neo from the Matrix. He talks like that weirdo who signs that song off Insidious and really believes he's Batman in his cave. Batman. Hello, Dean. Nice to see you. All good here, Dean. Thanks very much for being away for a while. I've got a couple of lives in earlier, but we're going to start getting them more regularly now. Everything's settled down. So, Mara, Steve, get your bum over to Sober Tarts YouTube channel. The comments will have you in situ. I will do so. So, Mara, have a look. Sober Tart. I will put that. I'll have a look later. Joe's good. Back thinks he's Christopher Hitchens. Enlighten me on that one, Joe. I don't know who he is. I've heard the name Hitchens. Nookie, weeks after I stopped, I am still finding bottle lids everywhere under the car seat, under the computer, behind my drawers and washing machine. I'm convinced I found them all, but always another. You need a metal detector. Beep, 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 beep. The amount of effort I put into hiding things, opening cans, is an incredible amount of effort. If I put that effort into this channel, it would have 2 million views, 2 million subscribers. It's such an effort to do it. We'll start selling metal detectors on here. All the the ring pulls and all the bottle tops. Madness. So, Richard, you made me laugh when you said we all had pockets full of change. I was shaking. I was shaking too much to count it out. So I always giving up. We did that, yeah. Do you know that's called brewer's pocket? All the change. Because you just get 100 quid and just hand notes over because you can't be bothered. You can't physically count it, can you? Trinker, hello, Stephen in the chat. Hope everyone's sober and happy. Hiya, Trinker. Nice to see you. It's true. Look at that. Numbers. I've been doing very well lately. My stomach problems have been sorted. I've cut down drinking in the week as well. Man, well done. Well done. Good to see. It's good to see a lot of people on here as well. It's nice to get back in the swing of things because it's a good channel. Well, it's a good community. I mean, you're all good people. That's my point. So my mind. Joe, he's a journalist, booze bag, Steve. Famous for his atheism and arguments with Richard Dawkins and the like. Okay, it's very intellectual, that Joe. Um, Thanks for that. I shall look up all those names and have a look. Um, he's died. No, right enough. Died of throat cancer. Wow, spoke too much. Bloody hell. Interesting, Joe. Thanks, Lizzie. I think he's dead. Scared. Catherine, hi, Steve. I went drinking for days. I can't remember much about it. I'm devastated. Bloody hell, Catherine. You got my number, haven't you? I'll stick it on you. I could pin it. But that coffee's link there is pinned. If you want to drop a coffee in or something, please do. Because we're not going. It's much better. It's got a lot more people on, so it's not monetized. So it's not advertised. I mean, see above Lizzie. The one key, if you were, so I remember the one key very well. Yeah, I was there the other week. Walked past anyway. In December, I went down to London with my daughter, her partner, and young one. Yeah, the one key still going strong. Barbecue pork noodle soup. That's the one. Anybody's down in Soho in London, always look up the One Key restaurant. It's fantastic value. So, Mara, imagine being an alcoholic in Victorian times. They used to be 240 pennies to a pound. Jesus, yeah. Bro's pocket, you'd need a rucksack just to put the change in, wouldn't you? Catherine, there's my number. If you need any help. Oh, do I put my number on there? Can't see it now. What kicked it off, Catherine, if you don't mind me asking, or you sharing? What took you back to boozing? Mix. Yes, Jim, doctors tell us to cut down rather than stop due to danger of death from fitting. As alcoholics, so all we see is a green light to continue drinking after all that the doctor told us to. Yeah, that's a good point. I think I've seen that Slayer sober is now 60 days sober. I hope he stays. That's good. Brilliant. That's good, isn't it? Stoic not saying hi, Joe. Joe, hi, Joe Skid and Stoic. Could have said the same to you. Yes, it's a difficult one, isn't it? When the doctors say continue to drink because you're going to die. But I wasn't told that. What happened with me? I just stopped. I didn't have the knowledge to. I didn't know I was going to have a bloody seizure. Hello, Brian. I went from expensive wine with a Coke to screw top New World wine, as I was quite to open and resealable. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, it's a penny. I was trying to get a Coke out, especially if it's dry. I'd imagine I'd sometimes open the odd bottle for my partner. But I wasn't a wine person myself. I was from expensive wine with a Coke to screw top. Yeah, it's amazing what we do. Thanks again for the coffees, Brian. Really is appreciated. To anybody else who supports the channel, it's brilliant. The things we do, it's like a military operation, isn't it? I look back what we did. Joe Richard Brewis is a way to get a few cans of Omega, I think. Catherine, I'm not well. I have to have a colonoscopy. I'm so worried. Don't worry about that too much, Catherine. You need to be off the booze. It'll make things will be clearer for you for a start, you know. So, Joy tagged you when you first come in and said hi. You messaged back saying hi, Sub and Steve. I thought, well, fuck you then. Yeah. So, sorry to hear that, Catherine. You sound like a lost soul, sending you hugs and best wishes. Yeah, we all send you best wishes, Catherine. So, should I do AA meetings, smart meetings, and any meetings where I can connect with other alcoholics as they understand me and I understand them? Been doing that for 17 years. That's good, so much sense. Anything to keep you off the booze, you know. Joe, they're saying, I love surrender to win. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think you've got to do that sometimes, haven't you? You have to do that sometimes. Dean, it's a great thing to see people survive any addiction and making something out of themselves. Class A had me alcohol. I don't think I'd be here today. Yeah, a lot of people get wrapped up in things, you know. A lot of people don't even speak about it. And thankfully, we all speak about it, yeah. Catherine, I am a lost soul. You get back on track, Catherine. We're here to support you, you know. That's what this is all about. There's no nonsense on this channel. It can be a bit of a laugh if you want to laugh, but you know, in general, it's a serious thing. There's no pissing about with nonsense. You know, people are dying every day of this, just in the UK. It has to be addressed. It's not being addressed by the NHS. It's first point of contact. When you want to see the GPs, I think the GPs fail massively with this. I'm prepared to go on air and say that, you know, because I've seen it myself. I speak to people every day who aren't getting help from GPs. Dean, not in the air, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me either, but a lot of people have it's useful for. Jim, what was it like being a police officer? And so there must have been a lot of drink related arrests, or a lot of public order, yeah, a lot of drinking in cable actually, especially Friday and Saturday. All the suits used to come out, the 9 to 5s and the once a year drinkers at Christmas and all that. A lot of drink related stuff, and a lot of drug related as well, but mainly drink when I was in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. All the pubs are busy, as you know. We used to go to the Wonky to sober up, get a few noodles. Um, so, Samara A is a great place to start your journey to sobriety. Finding out the first time that you're not alone. That's a good point. It's a good place for connection. I went twice, and I thought I thought I was going to be the worst person, as in the worst state. There were people who had a lot more issues than I did. Um, Catherine, you will find your way from Dean. Drinking Dean, I went 2 times a year. It wasn't for me. I did it myself and me. Well, the hospital did in the end when I was dying. Margaret, Noel from Ireland. Nice listening to you for a good time. It helps. Take one day at a time. God bless. Um, nice to see you. Joseph, how long are you off at drinker? Sorry, Carl, no worries, Joseph. I know you wouldn't black me. It was just pulling your leg. Hope you're well. Yeah, everyone's well here. Please hit the super chat button if you want to support the channel. There's no adverts on now. And hit this buy me a coffee link if you want to do that and support us. And let's get some more people involved. And it's a big boost to the channel. Subscribe and watch the videos and share them because lots of people have got problems, Drinker's been off 7 months. I'm proud of my family. And it is also proud of me. Fantastic. Good. It's good, isn't it? When you can say I've been off for 7 days, 7 months, 7 years. I couldn't even stop for 7 hours at one point. I was so ill. I don't know how. I know why I'm still here. Because I'm a fighter like you all. Anybody who can beat this addiction is a strong person, mentally and physically, as far as I'm concerned. If you can get out of the rat race, the rat run of drinkers and pubs and needing it to live, needing it to survive, then you're a dangerous person. But as in I mean like fucking spawn. Doing same drink. I felt awkward. It paid me off because everyone there seemed to be much better than myself. But I realised it's horse for good. No one's better than you, Dean. Thanks to health is so important. And as I've mentioned previously, it's going to be a tough world, tough times to come with employment, the cost of living, scandalous. Last thing I want to be doing is spend 50 quid a day on booze. The 50 quid that you've got to borrow from credit cards, borrow money from family, get in a mess, eat the wrong foods, look a mess, and hate yourself. That's all that happens when you drink. I was kind of lost. I found Stephen right on time here in the chat. Keep me going. Thanks, Trinker. We appreciate that. Nice endorsement. I'm so pleased you got off the booze. Trinker, you've done really well. Jim, it's good you didn't smoke while you were drinking because a lot of drinkers do smoke. They do. I know people who don't smoke unless they have a drink. I know people who just smoke as well as drink. All sorts of combinations, really. But it didn't interest me this morning. I wasn't really into cigarettes, which is good. Probably saved my life in a way. At least my heart was all right, if that makes sense. So yeah, you don't want to do the two. But the main thing we talk about here is getting off the booze, getting another interest. There's lots of things you can help yourself with, but once you get sober, it starts and then you've got to stay sober, not be sober. Stay sober. That's the big thing, isn't it? The longer you can go, the better. And it sounds like a mad thing when somebody says, "Oh, you can't drink again." And you panic a bit. It's a huge emotional hit, isn't it? You can never drink again. Break that down to you can't drink or you won't drink today. That's what you got to do. And after 5 or 6 days, you feel a bit better. I mean, I was in hospital. I'm so ill, but ordinarily when I came off it with a diazepam, I always felt better. Brian, I now have 3 grandchildren that I would not have seen had I kept drinking like a fish. Me too, Brian. Yeah, I've got a grandson. No chance I would have seen him. No chance. So, the benefits of being sober are many and varied. The benefits of drinking, long term, 0. Nicky, imagine coming up with £200,000 tomorrow to cover the nicotine addiction you might have had. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I heard a competition on the radio. It said, "Oh, win £400,000 with capital." I thought, well, I spent that on drink, probably more. I lost a house. I remember the first time chatting over here. My brain was not working and my English writing was so bad, but still they understand me. Yeah, thanks, Stringer. Yeah, we're here to help, and didn't matter about the spelling, just get the message out, and get into it. GM just bought coffee. Thanks, GM, so much. Glad to see you back. Thank you, Stephen. Thanks, GM, for that. Really appreciate the coffees and donations and things. Makes a massive difference to the channel. Helps keep the lights on, as it were, and we're still the only one who does these lives. And I think it's quite a serious channel with a bit of nonsense, which is good. Hi, Samantha, how are you doing? Nice to see you. And had a busy night on there tonight, actually, Sam. It's been really, really good. Lots of different subjects, lots of new people. It's been a good evening. Um, Sabana, I remember just laying in bed every time I woke up. I had a drink, then I passed out. Again, I always knew in the back of my mind a hospital detox was just around the corner. It was the only way I could stop. It's horrible, isn't it? Hello, Becca. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Been a really lively chat. It's been good. And I think that we all need to focus now. Into the month is upon us, March, let's, because it could be the summer soon. There'll be lots of opportunities for people to think, well, I wonder what it's like just to have one drink. That's what it comes in my brain. Like, I wonder what it's like to just have one drink, and that's the most dangerous feeling you'll ever get. 100%, because you think, oh, I can handle it. I'm strong. When people get strong again, that's when they start to dabble again. So you've got to focus all the time. Becca, I'm okay, thanks you. I'm very well, thanks. Jim, where did you go on holiday recently? Was it Zimbabwe? Yes, Johannesburg in Zimbabwe. It's good. Fantastic weather. Good people, good climate, and the cost of living compared with here, better for us. From the UK, obviously, because it's not if you're resident there, but yeah, it was fantastic. Went to Victoria Falls as well. Out of this world, really. Mix one too many, 1,000 never enough. So true. You can't have one. It's the most dangerous one, isn't it? Brian, I have to admit, I like backcountry as he is totally different for me. Sorry, totally different to me, but shares the cursed dependency. Oh, yeah, I mean, he's obviously been through the middle with alcohol, but I think maybe drugs as well, which is similar to a lot of people. I had a call, well, I often get calls from people who drink and take cocaine. Cocaine seems to be the drug of choice now, doesn't it? I know people who took cocaine years ago, but it was very expensive, so I never dabbled. The only thing I ever did was drink strong lager, long sessions on that. And the other side, I never dabbled with spirits or wine. I tried them, but didn't suit me at all. And even the lager got me in a mess. So there you go. So we'll try and get on tomorrow again. If you've got any subjects you want to bring up, then drop me a line. Because it's nice just to chat like this, but it's also nice to have something to focus on. I think dependency is a very worthwhile topic, isn't it? And the way it sneaks into your life. Because none of us start out to be dependent on anything, do we? And the way it creeps in so sneakily into it, it's bizarre. One minute you're a heavy drinker, the next minute you're dependent. And my partner said once, the danger time is when you need a drink rather than you want to drink. And that's the problem. That's the problem area, when you need a drink rather than want one. And then you start to get this feeling of, well, the hair of the dog will help me out. And then you turn to drinking all day. Stoic, you have to have humility and leave ego at the door. See, from back company can't accept that doing drugs was a relapse. I've seen him arguing with people in this chat and defending himself. Thanks, Stoic. So we should have I never say never, and do not get complacent. Never get my head on the pillow tonight without having a drink today. It's a miracle for this alcoholic. Tomorrow's another day. Well said, Stuart. Yeah, well said, So we should. Every day you have to be aware. Dean, great channels, a place to express yourself and get something back. It's a personal journey for us all. Yes, the white stuff is everywhere. You don't see it coming. You don't? No, not at all. Jim, you're so right when you say lager is still ethanol. I always thought it was okay too because of mostly water. That's what my mother used to tell me. So cocaine is still very expensive, £70 for less than a gram. Pub nose candy, right? It's expensive, isn't it? Yeah. I think I've seen Stoic. I didn't answer to him. Yeah, the cocaine is everywhere, isn't it? And it's not a good place to be if you take the cocaine and you've got booze and you're gamblers. I mean, you have no money at all. You've got to be sensible. You've got to close the door on all these bad habits. Brian, I agree, Stoic, you made a big mistake. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, or joining me, and hopefully we'll get on tomorrow. I'll put a little short out every time now that I'm going to come on, so people keep an eye on the shorts, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for the coffees, and thanks for super chats. If you want to donate anything, you know where to come, and let's get moving again tomorrow, and have a good day. It's Friday tomorrow, so that's, to me, for a lot of people, that can be relapse day, which isn't good, is it? Dennis, good evening, Steve. Late at the party. Hi, Dennis. Just wrapping up now. But thanks for popping in. Been talking about dependency. I did a little video last night about dependency. If you have a look at that, it's probably a very similar thread, really. Catherine, good night. Keep a hold of things. I know you're going through a tough time, but you'll come out the other end, okay? Yeah, be positive. That's the main message. Thanks, Steve. Dean, slam the door and lock it, Steve. Yeah, throw away the key. That's what you've got to do. You close the chapter on this addiction. Close it. So, Mara, I think this is the only society channel on YouTube where we can socially interact. Please give it a thumbs up. Thanks, Marna. Thanks, everyone from Stoic. And good night. Remember, Friday is just another day that ends in a while. It's a good point. Yeah, stay in control. 100%. Just another day, isn't it? Dean, thanks. Lizzie, good night all. Joe Backcountry told me to go to bed. Oh, it was 3 a.m. He lives in Cyprus or something, so it was probably 4 a.m. Yeah, he's an arrogant hypocrite. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Stephen, and everybody for the great support all the time. Keep sober and happy. Bye bye. Dean, definitely throw the key. Of course, you've got to do that. You've got to do that. Throw the key away, start again, and get your life on track. And see you soon. I'll put a short out about 2 hours before I do the live, so you know when it's all be 7:30 anyway. It seems a good time. Gives you time to have a bit of relax after all of this. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. And thanks to everybody, and thanks to the moderators, because they always do a good job. And we've got a good team here. Let's keep it going. Get some more people involved. Get more people to watch videos, get more people involved with this. And good luck to Stoic with his recovery centre, which hopefully we'll get involved with as well. And yes, that's a good point. Good night. Good night. It's going to be another few weeks before it gets lighter at night, but it won't be that long. After a bit of a horrendous winter. Right, take it easy. And I'll see you soon.